Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been so long since I've been on here, but I am super excited to start off 2020 and kind of get my channel back together, revamp it, not just with planner stuff, but with quite a few other things. So before I get started with my planner lineup for 2020, I wanted to reintroduce myself because it's been a long time. I think I filmed my last video about 6 months ago, and then even before that, the previous video was probably 6 to 8 months before that. I don't know, a very long time. So I'm excited to be back. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kecia, and you can find me at It Must Be Right here on YouTube, It Must Be Right on Facebook, It Must Be Right on Instagram, and I have owned the itmustberight.com domain for a while now, like over a year, and I haven't done anything with it. So my plans for 2020 is to get that started and do something with it as well. So just a little bit about my new plan for my channel before I get started on showing you my planner lineup. My first goal, which is new, is that I'm hoping to show my face a little bit more on my channel. That's not something that I've done in the past. Most of the time you'd only see my hands. So hopefully trying to show my face maybe once or twice a month if possible. And I want to do some other things aside from my planner. I love my planner. I love planning, but I just want to expand my horizons and just be open to new things. I love DIY projects. I have a very small business that I have started where I make t-shirts, so I'd like to talk about that. I am hoping to learn how to embroider, so I'd like to talk about that. So just quite a few things that I want to be able to share on my channel and just kind of share with the world. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera around and get started on my 2020 planner lineup. Alright, so as you guys can see, my planner stack is actually very small, and by the time I finish talking about it, it's going to be even smaller than this. And all of these are not, well, 3 of them are planners, 2 of them are planners, and 2 of them are notebooks. So I have scaled down a lot. Just having multiple planners was too much for me, so I cut back. So I'm going to start with my personal planners. So this is a couple of planners put together. I picked this planner because I absolutely love the blue rings. It's about to be a blue takeover in January, FYI, because Centennial is in a couple of weeks. But I absolutely love these blue rings, which is why I have this planner. So this is the Stargazer planner, and I flipped the cover because I love the black and the blue and the green and white specks. And so eventually I'm going to put something on the front in blue to match the rings. It's got some, it's not sticker, it's not fingerprint friendly, but anyways, so I'm actually using it's like the planner is like a navy blue, and it says 2019-2020 on the front, and it's a seasonal planner. And this is the hello page. I've been using it since July, but I never wrote my name on it. I don't really know why. Maybe I'll get around to that, but in the meantime, I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to use this page or this page, because this is actually really pretty. So I've got to decide what I'm going to do. If I decide to go with this page, then I'll just glue these pages together, because I want to be able to have this 2020 calendar in the front. So we'll see. I'll figure it out. If not, so either I'm going to put these together or I'm going to take this page out altogether. So I'll decide. If you have a suggestion, let me know. But this page is pretty too, so I don't know. So the front is the Stargazer, and then the Year at a Glance, which I don't know how I'm going to use yet. So I'll take any suggestions for that as well. And then here is the dashboard for January in the Stargazer planner, and then here's the dashboard that matches this divider. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Either I'm going to glue these 2 pages together and use this one, or use this one and put something here and use this one too. I don't know. But this is this is of course the last full week in December. So we'll figure it out. Anyways, this divider is so cute. Let it snow. Remember, this one is seasonal, so of course it goes with the months. But what I do have for each week is I have a daily schedule page in each week, which is kind of my pre-planning. So this is all the stuff that I'm going to write down in this week that I know that's going on, and so I'll use this to fill out my week for things that happen in the future. So like I already know something that's coming up next week, it'll be written on the daily schedule for next week, so that when it comes time for me to plan, then I'll have an idea of what's going on that week and be able to kind of plan according to that. And then I also have a weekly meal plan page. I haven't really been big on meal planning, but I need to stop eating out so much, so I'm going to try to meal plan. I'm going to tell you right now, first week is going to be a wash. I'm not going to work. I'll be sitting around the house, so I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to plan for this week, but I also have that for next week so that I can kind of start that planning. Then I have my dashboard, and right now all I have is the sticker of me on here. This came from Capital Chic Designs, which is now in Michael's. I shouldn't go, but I'll probably go and pick up a couple of things. So I have that sticker, and I have some little icons. I used this before in my I've been using this for like the last 2 years in my planner, but I did just add this sticker today. So I have 3 months of this planner, and again, with every week I have the weekly schedule for pre-planning, and then I have the meal plan half sheet to plan my meals. So you'll see that. And I already wrote like birthdays and stuff on there, and just different things that I know that are coming up. So I have January, February, and March. And then after that, I just have some note paper. It's actually just one sheet of note paper for anything that I might need to write. Then I have a folder, and this folder is dividing my catch-all with my budget. So this was a budget extension pack. I just pulled out the savings goal paper, and then on the back of the savings goal, it's like some stuff about the month, and I'm going to cover that up. And then I already did a calendar for my January 2020 budget, because I have to do my budget kind of different than most people. I am a teacher, and I only get paid once a month. So when I get my check at the end of the month, then that is how I plan out the next 4 or 5 or 6 weeks. So maybe I'll do a budget with me, or show you guys how I set that up a little bit later, especially for those people who are on who only get paid once a month like me. So it's only me. I only have one income. I get paid once a month. So basically my bills are spread out over the month. So I have to figure out how to spread my money out over the month. And so that's what the budgeting is for. And I'm really budgeting because I have a lot going on this year. And not that I don't need to budget, because I do. But I'm going out of town in January, I'm going out of town in April, I'm going out of town in November on 3 trips that I know of so far. I have 2 best friends. One's having a baby in March, the other one is getting married in July. And so I just need to be prepared for things that are going on in their lives, in my life, and those kinds of things. And then I have just the budget stickers, which I'll probably use a couple, but I don't know like how many, or if I'll really do that. But like I said, maybe I'll do a budget video just to show you guys how I set it up. Then I have another folder. I think this came out of the student folders or something. And then I have the actual Stargazer planner. And for those, this is so pretty, guys. But for those who don't know, Stargazer is a monthly planner. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the monthly view here yet. But that's something I'll figure it out. It's pretty. Like, I love this planner. I wish it were like a vertical or even a horizontal, and then I could use it as my catch-all. So then here for January, I'm actually using the Stargazer for social media, which for me is very difficult because I am not a social person. Like, I'm very much an introvert. I'm very much a loner. And social media is actually very hard for me because I prefer to be home and to be doing my own thing at home in the peace and quiet. But I have a lot of things that I want to do. So I'm going to use the Stargazer portion to track my Instagram, to track my YouTube, and to track my second YouTube channel, which I'm actually starting for work, and to track my business, which is kind of a lot of things going on, but I think the layout is perfect. I don't know what I'm going to do for check it off, but I do have some intentions that I'm going to set as far as being able to track my social media and being able to track things for my business. So I have 3 Instagram pages, one that is personal, one that is for work, and then one that is for my planner stuff, and which I really want to turn into like a lifestyle whatever. So I want to be able to track all that stuff and write all that stuff down, and I think that just having this list of daily things to write is going to be really helpful for me in tracking those things. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see where it goes, and if this doesn't work out with these first 3 months, first quarter of the year, then of course I'll change it and do something different and work something out to figure that out. So this is pretty much it. And then I have, of course, some more paper in the back. But this is pretty much it for my catch-all planner. I used to leave this planner at home, but then like for the last month or so, I started taking it to work every day, and I kind of like having it with me all the time. So I think I'm going to continue to take it to work with me every day. And so the other thing, which will definitely stay at home, is this is a happy note, and this is actually from the student line, the one that says I'm gonna have to cover that up. I just flipped the pages because I like the purple, and I picked purple because purple is actually the color of my church, and this is my faith journal. So right now I am reading Discerning the Voice of God, How to Recognize When God is Speaking by Priscilla Shirer. And so this is where I take my notes from my reading. I've already started, so this is where I take my notes from my reading, and this will stay by my bed. And just kind of as a side note, Priscilla Shirer just lost her mom last week, I believe. So let's just continue to be in prayer for that family as they make the transition of losing the matriarch of their family. So these two are the things that I'm using for personal. Okay, then these two are what I'm using for work. So this is another happy notes that came from the student line, and this again has my girl, but this is where I keep all of my notes from meetings and stuff. So this is like my January 2020 to-do list for work. This is where I keep everything work related. So when I go to a meeting, this is the notebook that I take with me. I take this, I take my laptop, I take a pen, and I go to meetings, and I write everything down in here. And so because happy notes only come with 3 dividers, I put a 4th divider in here, which came from another happy notes. I just flipped it upside down so that it would be at the bottom. So I have extra paper in here. These 2 sections are actually paper. The first section is the section that I write things down in, and then the last section actually has stuff that we did last semester, but I want to keep it because you just kind of never know when you need it. So this is my everything notebook for work, and then I have under here is my planner for school, and I'm not going to show you the cover because it has the name of my school, and even though it's easy to find me, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. So this is the planner that the school names right there. Oh well, this is the planner that my students get. So all our 9th and 10th graders get this planner, and I've been using it already this year. So it is a monthly weekly view. So of course it started in August, and you know, school started in August. I didn't do anything those weeks because we weren't at work yet, and then it took me a minute to kind of warm up to figure out like how I wanted to use it and what I would do with it. But by the time September came, I was doing really great as far as writing down the things that I needed to write down. By the end of the month, then I started really like writing down more things because I would leave this open on my desk and my students would come and look at it to figure out like the things that they could write in their planner. And so I use their planner because I want it to be an example for them so that they can use their planners for their work. So by the time October came, I was rocking and rolling, making it cute, using my stickers, getting things done. Then November was good for me too, and then December I kind of fell off because, you know, December comes and that was Thanksgiving week, but December comes and, you know, you only got a couple of weeks. Like, this was the last 2 weeks before the break and I was just kind of over it. So I'm excited for January. I've already started filling it out, so I'm excited to get started. And again, I use this as an example for my students. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this paper clip. So I just have the prior months clipped with a small binder clip, and then this paper clip goes is how I keep between the month and the current week. So then here I put these 2 paper clips when we get to this week, which is actually when we go back to work. So I don't even need this week, so I'm gonna put the paper clip there. And this is my work planner. So yeah, this is all that I'm using for 2020. Of course, this will probably change. It always changes. There are going to be tons of planners that come out during this year, but I'm going to try to stay consistent with this one. I've been using this one since school started in August. I've been using my catch-all since school started since it started in July, and then that Stargazer, I'm going to use it or try to use it throughout the whole entire year, just so that I can stay consistent with my planners. Because at this point, guys, I went into my office and I found 2 planners still in the box, 2 undated planners. One was like the black and white stripe that said best year ever, and then one was the vertical faith planner that came out forever ago. And it's not like the vertical ones that they have right now, like they have the different sections. It's like a faith planner. It's vertical boxes, but it has like a scripture of the week at the top. It was like a box kit that came out maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I found both of those unopened in my office. So really, I need to make sure that I'm using the things that I have. So that is my goal, to use the things that I have and not buy new things. Of course, there are a couple of things that I might get here and there, but I need not go overboard and just focus on the things that I already have, because I'm actually sitting right here looking at my planner cart, looking at happy notes and planners that I haven't used. So I just want to use what I have and not get caught up in the hype of new things. So again, thank you guys for being here. I'm so glad to be back to share with you just kind of my life and plans and kind of everything else that goes on. And I hope that you will continue to watch and keep watching in the future. And I look forward to interacting with you, because that is also one of my goals for 2020. So thanks again, and I will see you soon. Bye.